Hey, John, how you doing, bud? Who's all out there tonight? Oh, Brandon, how you doing, bud? Phone's blowing up. Sorry, this dry weather is killing me, and a lot of other people. It keeps blowing my phone up. We'll let a few people jump on here and we'll take off with her. Jason, good to see you on here, bud. Mike, evening, buddy. Another Mike, good evening to you, bud. Yeah, it is. It's beautiful out, but man, is it dry. Holy cow, you're right there. I have never seen it this dry this late here in Illinois where I'm at. It's killing us. Old Dustin Gaskill, how you doing, my friend? You're welcome, man. You can text anytime, bud. Danny Robinson, good to see you on here, Bubba. Give it a few more minutes and we're fired up, guys. Make sure I got this phone ringer turned off. It doesn't stop. So is everybody on here in the same boat we all are at, as dry as a bone? Or is some lucky guys out there that had some rain recently? Well, Mike, you talking about had a decent rain last weekend, man. I wish we did. Man. Again, I've never seen it this dry this time of year. It's nuts. August, yes, but usually by September we got them coming in. I went out and planted a couple plots for a couple friends of mine over the weekend, and I can't get over how dry it is. I mean, there's no moisture in the ground. It's crazy. But they won them in. We haven't got any rain. They're not going to do anything, but we got them in there. Brandon talking about cold Michigan. I'll tell you what, we've been getting down in the 45 to 47s here. Man, it's been kind of scary actually, because I definitely don't want a frost right now. I need some rain to get some plots going. I definitely don't want them little 2-3 inch plants getting frosted on. Jason, I hear you. I know I've been talking to Dan. Well, Danny's on here. Danny Robinson is on here. Talking about how dry it is and EHD's hitting bad. It's sad. Knock on wood. I haven't seen anything in my area, EHD wise, but I know it's probably close, but I haven't seen or smelt nothing yet. Yeah, Brandon, 35 is too cold for me right now. I need some plants to grow for a couple, but it's supposed to be 90 degrees here by Friday. So it's crazy. The only thing keeping plots going right now is the heavy dew in the mornings. That's it. That is it. Morning and evening. This heavy dews. Well, let's get this thing fired up, guys. I know you're probably not aware of it, but I am. This is actually the last show for 2025. So I always stop them right before October 1st when the hunting season's firing up. Some of you guys are probably firing up mid-September. Could be started now. But this is going to be the last show of the season. We'll talk about a few things. I know we missed a show here a while back last weekend. And so we'll just kind of go over a few different things. Ended up with a little bit of feed stuff like that. Talking about feeding, blocks, stuff like that. I know tonight's show's about maintaining your annual plots, which I throw this in there every year just because I get a lot of questions asked about it. And I pretty much tell everybody the same thing. Don't worry about maintenance on your annual plots. You can maintain them. A lot of the mixes you can maintain with a grass herbicide. You definitely don't want to put a broadleaf herbicide on them. But you can maintain them as your annuals with a grass herbicide if there's no grass species in there that you don't want to kill. So, you look at Slam Dunk's not a good one to spray a grass herbicide or any herbicides on. Grade 8's another one. Lights Out's another one. Honey Hole, yes, you can. Honey Hole, you can spray a grass herbicide on it. But I try to tell everybody, don't stress them plants out any more than you have to. 90%, if you're getting, well, we're not getting it now, but if you're getting plenty of rain, usually them big leafy plants are going to outgrow everything anyway and smother them out. So an annual plot's one of them plots that I don't care how ugly it looks because it's going to feed the deer. Where my legume plots, my clovers and alfalfa, stuff like that, you know me well enough that I want them manicured. So, but the annuals, just leave them alone. Like, again, I throw it on here every year just because I probably got 3 calls a day on what a guy can spray on his annuals. And it's just one of the things that I would not worry about, especially at a young growth. The younger that growth is, the more you're going to stun that plant. So even though it's a grass herbicide and it's not going to kill the broadleaf, in my heart, I still think it's not good on the broadleaves. It's still going to stun them some just because you're spraying a herbicide on them. I could be completely wrong. But I have seen if you've ever planted a trophy clover plot that has a variety of trophy rape for a nurse crop, you'll see that brassica come up. Well, usually with me, I'm mowing it off to get rid of that brassica just to let the clover do its job. But if you ever spray a young clover plot that has a brassicas coming up, you will see them yellow as well by spraying a grass herbicide, and then they bounce right back out of it. So I try my best not to spray anything on my annuals, and I'll just let them do their job. If they get grass and weeds in them, the deer's going to eat that too, So especially a lot of these grasses out there that are in their growing state, they're offering a pretty good protein level. The deer don't prefer to eat them if you got something better for them, so they usually grow up bigger and bigger through your plot just because you got the good stuff for them to eat, but they are actually good for the deer to eat while they're in their growing state. When they go dormant and they're not in their growing state, there's no nutritional value hardly at all there for them. So, but again, on that topic, I try not to do anything with them. I don't mow my annuals. I don't like spraying my annuals. The biggest thing for maintenance that I do on my annuals is I pour the fertilizer to them if I'm getting plenty of moisture. This year I'm not, just because I'm not getting any moisture and I don't want to burn up what I already have. And it's very easy to do during a drought type situation. But for the guys out there that are getting plenty of moisture, give them another drink of another dose of Jolt, or give them, if you're getting the moisture, give them some more triple 19, triple 13, triple 12, something like that. Give them a little bit more nitrogen right before this hunting season, and just let them take off. Let them be as healthy as they can be. Other than that, I would leave them alone. So, but another thing we can talk about here tonight, which I like talking about, is the feed part of it, because there is a lot of people getting into feed and blocks in our new big tubs that we have, our 200-pound tubs. This time of year, right now, my deer are about 50-50 shed off. I mean, some's got velvet on, some don't. This is the time of year that I'm going to switch. If I'm running a feeder with a high protein feed, over 16%, I'm going to drop that protein down to 16% or less, and I'm going to go with more of a higher energy food source. A whitetail deer can only utilize 16% protein without burning fat off its body. So the last thing we want to do if we're feeding these deer, for the ones that can feed them through the hunting season or start up after the hunting season, me myself, I can't feed at all because I'm in Illinois. But for the ones that you can, you want to give them that anywhere from 14 to 16% protein, and then pump the energy to them. They need that fat to survive. They need to build their bodies back up after the rut. You're looking at a buck that can lose anywhere from 23 to 28% of its body fat during a rut, does as well. They need to fatten themselves back up to get through the winter. That's how they're going to survive. A whitetail buck will never give you 100% antler growth the next year, that next spring, unless he's 100% going into it. So do not pump them with that high protein this time of year coming up, because they're actually going to be burning fat off their body while they're trying to fatten themselves back up. So just because you're giving a higher fat content and still giving higher protein, that body's still fighting that. So drop that down to 16% or less. That's why you'll see almost every product we have is at 16% or less. Our deer and elk pellets are at 18%. But all of our mixed feed type products and our blocks, feed blocks, except for the down and dirty, are 16% or less. That's why we do that. We don't want people feeding the wrong block. Look at the Grainiac. The Grainiac is the #1 selling block nationwide. We cannot make them fast enough. It's crazy. We're having issues right now trying to get them made fast enough. We're making 8,000 blocks a day, and we cannot get caught up on orders. These deer just go crazy over these Grainiac blocks. The #1 reason is our key ingredient that we have in them, and nobody else has it. It's our own patented thing. And you'll see right on the sticker, it'll say AMP. That is our own patented attraction that you just can't. It's crazy. I mean, I can't go into it because it's a patented type deal, but that's why these deer love these blocks so much. And with what's in them, you can't beat a block that has peanuts, roasted soybeans, corn, sunflower seeds, some other little goodies. You just can't beat it. And these deer go crazy over them. I laugh every time I get a phone call and people call and tell me they only last 2 to 3 days. That's no joke. They only last that long. But they're at the proper protein, energy, and fiber level. That's where you can use that block year round. You can use the Rack Maker feed year round. You can use the Booner blend year round that you can get at the Tractor Supply. Use the kitchen sink year round. Now, if you're in the springtime of the year during the growing season of the antlers, throw some cotton candy or roasted bean cuisine in with that. That's going to pump that way up over 20 some odd percent of protein. When they need that protein the most is when they're in their growing state. But again, stay away from it come this fall and winter months. Get it down to 16%. It'll do so much better for you. If you like high protein in blocks or down and dirty block, your 20+% protein in that block. Actually, I think it's 28%. Actually, it is a high protein block. But again, this time of year, get them out of the woods and go back with the Grainiac. So the Grainiac's the one that's going to give the deer exactly what they need when they need it the most, for the guys that are feeding blocks and not granular. So if I was able to feed a granular type feed, I mean, this time of year, I'm going with our Rack Maker or our kitchen sink. The Booner blend is good. The Rack Maker is going to be higher in nutritional value than the kitchen sink and the Booner blend, but all three of them are a great choice. Now, if you're looking for affordability, the kitchen sink and the Booner blend is going to be a cheaper method to go over the Rack Maker. So, but if you're trying to do it right, you just won't spend the money because we spend it on everything else. So, and now you're looking at the tubs we have, our 200-pound tubs that we're trying to get consumer friendly, I should say. They're not a product that we can't offer free shipping on because the price is just ungodly because it has to go LTL freight. So we're working right now. We're getting them in a lot of dealers. You're going to see them in a lot more dealers in 2026. We're going to showcase this at the ATA show for all the dealers to see. So hopefully you guys get your hands on them that way, because it's going to be the cheapest way you can do it. Because right now, the only way I can sell these is by the pallet of 12, and that'll get you free shipping. But it's that's the only way. We're not sending out anything onesie twosies because the freight will kill you. So you don't want you'll pay more for freight, almost double for freight than what you would the 200-pound tub. So we're working on a program trying to get it more shipper friendly. Just working with these trucking companies has been hard. Trying to get them figured out, get some price breaks on them. Just very tough. So that tub takes a pallet to haul it on. So they're charging you by that space instead of the weight. So, and it is a 200-pound tub. So it's not shipper friendly for FedEx or UPS. They will not do it unless it goes their truck freight. So, which is even higher. But funniest story ever, talking about these tubs, and I think I told you guys last week or not. I thought for sure, and I'll probably get a knock on the door now, so I'm going to tell this, but I don't care because it was funny, but I took care of the problem. I needed to do some content on these 200-pound tubs, and for our corporate office. So they shipped me 2 of them over, which I already had plans on. I have one of our pro staffers. He lives in Indiana, which he can feed up to, I think, 15 or 30 days before season. And he's using the Graniac box. I asked him, I said, will you take these tubs after I shoot this content? He said, sure. So I go to R&L Carriers and send them deliver them to me. I always go pick all my Antler King product up because it's only 10 minutes from my house. And they load it right on my flatbed trailer. I had them strapped on my flatbed trailer. And Stacy and I are sitting in the living room watching TV, and all of a sudden she looks over my shoulder and goes, look out at that trailer. And I had 4 does eating on these tubs on my flatbed trailer, which is crazy. There was 4 does on there eating on them tubs. So I had to go out there because I was going to shoot the content the next day, and then Floyd was going to get these. So I had to go out there and put plywood over the top of them because it's illegal to feed deer in Illinois. And here I am with 2 tubs on my trailer, not thinking anything about deer, going to mess with them. And that afternoon before it got dark, they're out there on that thing. So I went out there and put 2 4x4 sheets of plywood, one on each one of them, put a concrete brick over them. Them deer circled that trailer till it got dark. They came back and circled it. They could smell it. They'd throw their head up and just smell it. And it was just the craziest thing ever. So I thought, here I am in Illinois, just wanting to shoot a video for some content and give them to somebody that can use them legally. And here I am feeding deer in Illinois. So I took care of that real quick. So that's the last thing I want to do is break the law on something like that. So, but it was just pretty comical to me that it happened that quick. I mean, within an hour, the deer were on them. And it's just pretty funny. So the deer like them. I will tell you this, though. If you put a 200-pound tub up, now I'm not saying all of you will, but I've seen it. I just got actually some videos today of it. You put a Graniac down next to it, they're going to eat the Graniac completely gone before they touch that block, that tub. I mean, that's just the power of that Graniac block. But as soon as that Graniac block's done, then they will devour these tubs. I will tell you, if you are using these tubs, it is best to get them out of the tub. The easiest way to do is take a chainsaw and cut the tub off, or a sawzall and cut the tub off. But you want to take them out of the tub so they can get to them. A lot easier than just trying to lick and nibble on the top. But again, another great product there that we had a lot of people interested in tubs. A lot of outfitters been on us for the last couple, 2-3 years. We've been talking about it for a couple, 2-3 years. The negative thing is we process all of our own products. So like our Graniac blocks, we have our own block presses. We actually have 3 of them now. We got a double and a single. So we're pumping out 8,000 blocks a day per plant or per press. And along with all of our combat blocks, some of our competitor blocks, stuff that we contract out, it's crazy all the blocks we press. But our presses are not designed to pour into these tubs. This is actually poured in and hardened. So we actually have to source that out. But it looks like as well as these things are selling, that we will start sourcing them ourselves, which will bring get the equipment to source them ourselves, which will bring the price down even more. Right now, I think you're looking like $140 or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Which ain't bad for a 200-pound tub, but if you start adding up, buying a whole bunch of 33-pound blocks. So, but no, there's a lot of different things there. Again, being the last show, I hope you guys got a lot of questions. We'll fire this back up probably February, but like last year, I will throw a few shows on throughout this season. Number one, I want to hear how everybody's doing. Number two, just kind of see how things are working, how things are going, how food plots are doing. Working on some new products. There might be some product reveals coming in. It's going to be a pretty busy fall. It's been a pretty busy year, but it's going to be a busy fall with getting the catalogs put together, new products we're working on, testing that we're working on for new products. It's gonna go very well. So, and kind of looking forward to ATA show this year, just so we can showcase a few things and see what else is out there and preach it like we always do. But well, let's see. Anybody got any questions on here? I want to look on here. See a bunch of stuff rolling through here. Man, Brandon, I still can't believe that 35 degrees, man. I don't even want to think about that. And Troy, you're heading down the Don and Candies. It's supposed to be 90 degrees. I hear you, man. I think it was 100 when I was there here about a month ago. Oh, Scott's on here rubbing in some ribeyes. I see how he is. Scott, I thought we were buddies. Man. You take me to a Mexican restaurant when I'm there, and you're going to fix ribeyes. Troy, that's just wrong, man. I tell you what, that is wrong as wrong can be. I'll let it pass this time. Old Scott, good to see you on here, bud. Chris, good to see you on here. Yeah, I heard you're getting hammered with EHD, man. Hammered. Brandon, you're asking about a 200-pound Grainiac. Right now, no, because it'd be very complicated it's almost impossible unless they get something figured out, because that's what I really wanted to do. But with this having to be a pour-in type deal in these tubs, you can't pour in whole grain products like this, like the Grainiac has. So it's a whole different ball game there. I don't know a lot about it. I just know they flat told me when I asked them about it, like, nah, our equipment won't do it, and not how any other will either. I'd say there's probably equipment out there that can do it, but we're starting with these first. Mike, your supply ran out fall, winter, spring. Yeah, right now everything's running off the shelf. We've had more dealers do late orders this year because of, I think it's because of the weather. A lot of people went out and planted and never got the rain, and now they're replanting. There's been a lot of dealers, even box stores, that have ordered way more product than they ever have, especially this late, because a lot of times these dealers, they want to get through this product and not have a carryover. And man, they're ordering product like crazy and still off the shelf. Yeah, Mike, that Booner blend do good for. I mean, Booner Buffet do good for you, bud. I know I was just out at Kip Campbell's place last week. Yeah, last week. We planted about 8 acres while we was out there for Red Arrow, and I can't believe how dry it is in Virginia. It is just, it is ungodly how dry it is. But it's one of the things. Throw it on there, see what we can do, and pray for rain. I know my knees are hurting for doing rain dances. I'll tell you that. All right, we're flying through again. Let me see what we got. I'm missing here. Dustin Gaskill, Robbie, just to help other people out per our discussion, what do you recommend if now you're hosed on planting brassicas this fall? Right now, you're either lights out or fall, winter, spring. I'm a fall, winter, spring fan. I'm a lights out fan too, but if I had to pick either one for a late season planting, it's going to be fall, winter, spring with the cereal rye. And you'll still get the greens and stuff out of the radishes that come up if you get the moisture. You might not get the big tubulars because Mother Nature is going to throw the nasty weather at you for too long. But you're at least going to get the cereal grains coming up. You're going to get the greens off them radishes for that high energy. So that's why I like that one so much more. Man, Scott, porterhouse is over there. I'll tell you what, you can't be. I'm hungry right now. Holy cow! And I've already had dinner, and the wife and I are going to go get ice cream. They're getting ready to close their ice cream shop down on the 22nd. So our goal is to have ice cream every single night they're open until the 22nd. Then I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I got to go back to Dairy Queen as much as I don't want to. I'm an ice cream junkie. I'm a ribeye junkie too, but my buddy Scott, he's hurting me here, not giving me a ribeye. Let's see what Mike has to say here. Question is off the annual topic. Do you plant your trophy clover and alfalfa together in the same plot? The only time I plant clover and alfalfa together is when I plant the Booner Buffet because it's already mixed together. Here where I'm at, I don't plant any alfalfa hardly at all just because, and it's crazy and you're going to think this is nuts, but I can plant all the alfalfa I want on my farm and the deer will walk through it. They will not put their head down in it. But I can't plant enough clover. I have a friend that is actually 10 miles away and his is the complete opposite. The deer will hammer his alfalfa and not his clover. So I would, if it was personally myself, with alfalfa being so finicky, if you get in there and get too much clover added to that alfalfa, you're going to stun the germination. That you'll lose a lot of germination off that because them alfalfas are very, very finicky. So you got to get that percentage, and it's a pretty light percentage on that clover, or it'll just take over. So I personally myself, I like going through with just planting straight clover or the Booner Buffet. John, don't be telling me Dina's eating ice cream. I'm starving here. Come on. Dustin, I need to know, with all your candy, cookies, and ice cream, how you stay so skinny. Can you answer that? I guess I'm just blessed. That's all I can say, man. And I run 100 miles an hour everywhere I go, so I guess I just burn it off. I always say it's going to catch up to me one of these days, but let me think here. Am I 51 or 52? I'm 51. 51 years old and still going, so I don't know. Maybe it'll catch up before too long, but unless the doctor tells me I got to quit eating it for diabetes or something, I want to keep eating it. Make sure I didn't miss something here, guys. Yeah, looks like we're good there. You guys got any more questions here? Mike, you're very welcome, bud. I appreciate you being on here, man. Brandon, you're having a hard time finding clover fuel anywhere? This time of year, it's very hard to find it. Again, it's because mostly it's the dealers, just because a lot of times they only carry the clover fuel during the spring months, spring and early summer months, and then they switch over to the Jolt for the annual plots. Some will carry it year round. We've sold more foiler fertilizer this year than we ever have since we've had it. I mean, especially the Jolt and clover fuel. Plot Max has always been a big one. I mean, Plot Max, we sell ungodly amounts of it. And the clover fuel and the Jolt we do too, but this year it's really went crazy. It was so crazy, I was actually having a hard time getting it from corporate to take the shows this year because we were selling so much of it compared to the years before that we usually bank on knowing how much we're going to pretty much need in the spring. They were blowing us out of it. The dealers were. So anybody out there hunting yet? Any of your guys' season's open? Mike, I'll tell you what, that Lights Out is a great one, man. It is a very, very good mix. And that's another product that we ran out of this fall that we normally ever do, is we had to bag a whole bunch more Lights Out because we ran out of it. Oh, this year has been crazy. And I think, like I say, it has a lot to do with people planting 2 and 3 times this fall just because of the weather. Some was, I talk to guys and there'll be guys that it's way too wet. I have guys that are in the best food plot they've ever had in their life, getting the perfect amount of rains, and the others is dry. There's nothing there. I mean, it is crazy on how like this. It's either wet, perfect, or dry, and more dry than it is perfect. I know that. Now this spring, we had great spring rains. I mean, it was awesome. Best spring rains we've had here in Illinois, Central Illinois for years. But then it went to a drought early, and it was done, and it's staying later than ever. Usually we start getting our rains back in August, and always June, July, first few days of August, maybe up to the 15th, is pretty dry. It's dry, and no rain in sight. And then usually after that 15th or so, getting that 20th of August, we start getting all the rains back. We haven't got anything in my area. We got a couple light percentages coming in, I think Saturday night and Sunday night. But when they do, they just come and go. It seems like they just don't get anything out of them. Scott, I think you got a video of a mountain lion the other night. That is awesome. Yeah, send that over to me, but I'd like to see that. I'll give you my opinion. Yeah, the bears are getting high. I know it, bud. Jason, that's awesome. Heading to Kansas. Early muzzleloader. Can't beat that, man. Dustin, you got youth season for Huntley? Yep. 2 weeks there in Iowa. I hope he gets a good one, man. I hope he gets that deer. I know we got the dream hunt for the special need kids coming up in Southern Illinois. Oh, what is it? The second weekend or first weekend? First weekend, I think it is October. I don't know, right in there somewhere. 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere in there. So it's coming up for us. So that would probably be my first hunt. Mike, your supplier did a 40% off end of season sale. Yep. You left a little for the other guys. I hear you. I'll tell you what, it's kind of funny how an end of season sale can do somebody. Because our rural kings used to mark stuff way down. And they'd have food plot seed and attractants and blocks and feed. And if there was ever any Antler King, I remember buying honey hole for $2 a bag in December from Rural King. I lied to you. It's $4 a bag. $4 a bag for honey hole, $2 a bag for game changer clover. And I bought half a shopping cart full of it. And I get this stuff for free. So while I'm buying it, it's just one of them things. I can't pass up a deal and I get it for free. It's ridiculous. I don't understand what I'm doing, but I did that for years. And 90% of the time, I'd give it to my buddies the next year to plant, but I could not pass up a deal and have all that. I got issues. You guys already know that. Yeah, Dustin, you tell Huntley I said good luck, and I hope he smokes a bigger one than his dad does this year. So his dad shoots too many big ones. It's time for Huntley to get one. All right, guys, what else you got for me? We're about done for the year here. 2025 Turnin Dirt's about over with. Got any more questions, throw them my way, because I just been gabbing all night about hardly nothing, really. I can't believe so many of you stayed on here just to listen to me talk. John, second weekend of October is our dream hunt. That's right. Columbus Day weekend. That's right. It's coming up. Well, we got Whitetails Banquet down there next, I think that's in 2 weeks. So we heading south to the Whitetails Banquet down there. Mike, trophy room. I actually, the trophy room is complete. There's no deer heads in it yet. Finally, over the weekend, got between planting food plots, I finally got the all the flooring done and all the trim. So this weekend, we're going to start moving all the big stuff over there, and then I probably got 4 or 5 enclosed trailer loads of deer heads and the full body mounts and everything to take. So I am not looking forward to it, because if you guys don't know me well enough by now, I am very anal when it comes to my deer heads. So I lay packing blankets down on the trailer. I lay the deer on. I put pillows underneath of them so they can't rock. I only haul so many at a time so they can't touch each other. I'm very, very anal, thanks to my taxidermist, Eric Kibler. It's just something I am. You don't hang nothing on the antlers. If you put a stocking cap on a Santa hat on my deer, I'm going to come unglued. I mean, that's just how I am. So when it comes to moving this stuff, yeah, I just got to do it by myself. Nobody needs to help me. So, but it's going to take 4 or 5 years. I think I might be close to 40 deer here now, I think, with the 3 we got this last year. I think I'm 38 to 40 deer heads now on the full body mount deer and full body mount bear, fox, all the full body mount turkeys. Oh, they're a pain in the butt to move. So it's a lot of, gonna be a lot of hauling 30 miles down the road. So not looking fun for it. But I'm looking forward to decorating. I love decorating with these deer heads, especially since we're going to have their own room now instead of being in 5 rooms in this house. They're all going to have their own place now. So I love that. But it did. It turned out very nice for a redneck like me building it. So. Scott, that's what I'm on here for, man. I appreciate it. I'm on here to help you guys in any way I can. You know, I said it before, I'll say it again. When I started, I had nobody. You know, I had nobody to help me. I learned from my mistakes. Any way that I can help you out, that's why I want to do this. It blew me away at the Illinois show, the Deer and Beer Fest that we had here a month ago, whenever it was. How many people actually came up to me in that booth that was from out of state and even in state that I had no clue who they were, thanking me for the Turnin Dirt series that we do every other Tuesday and helping them with their food plots. I mean, people I've talked to on here, I had no clue who they were, you know. that just drives me to do it more. I enjoy it. And I just want to see everybody succeed. I've been there and did it wrong and it not worked out. And it's sickening, just like it is right now with Mother Nature. If I had an answer for how we can get rain, I'd be a multi-millionaire. But I can't figure that out. I'm not smart enough to figure that one out yet. But no, I really appreciate that, and I'll keep doing it as many years as I can. So. And Mike talking about a food plot camp with me. I'm in. As long as somebody's cooking ribeyes and got some ice cream, man, I'll be there to help out in any way I can. I'll help you guys all I can. Jason, if you're asking how big the trophy room is, it's 16 by 28. It's not big enough, but it's all I could fit in that backyard with the property line. So. Mike, you're welcome, and good luck to you this season too, man. All right, guys, I'll give you a few more minutes. Got any more questions? Anything you want to talk about? Let's do her. I can almost taste the ice cream right now. I mean, I can almost taste it. The bad thing about it is the wife ain't home yet, so I got to wait for her. And she's shopping, so who knows when that might be. The ice cream place might be closed. It's kind of funny. For pretty much the 3 years we've been together, me doing these Turnin Dirts, I asked Stacy one night, the wife, I said, you ever sit up there and listen to me talk on here? She goes, heck no, I've never seen one of your episodes. She goes, why would I want to listen to you on that when I listen to you on the phone telling people this stuff all day long? She's a pretty smart cookie. I never thought of it that way. I'll tell you what, she can teach you something. She's listened to me long enough on the phones and all the talking at shows. It's crazy on how she picks up on all this, and she can answer some questions. It's pretty cool. Perfect, John. Yeah, get that fish. I'll bring a cooler with me when we come there for the whitetail banquet, and I'll put it in there frozen, bud. Mike, you have a good night, bud. All right, guys, we're going to hop off here. Keep an eye out. I'll definitely be throwing some up this hunting season while we're going through. We'll probably do 2 or 3 episodes here and there, just seeing how everybody's doing, how the hunt's going on. Hopefully we got some big buck pictures to share. And again, if you need anything, you know where I'm at. You know how to get a hold of me. Just yell at me and I'll help you out in any way I can. Unless I'm in a tree stand, you're going to have to wait. So you guys have a good night. Take care of yourself. And I really do appreciate you guys being on here all this season here with me. So you guys have a good night. Take care.